Take you back to Parliament for the Public Accounts Committee sitting before the committee officials from the Ministry of Health answering questions on some irregularities in auctioning vehicles.
And the auction is given to that body to carry out the disposal. So there is no standing arrangement with any particular auctioneer in the Ghana Health Service.
When you advertise for calling for auctioneers and they do apply, do you shortlist the list of auctioneers before you forward it to the chief of staff? And if you do, why do you keep on shortlisting a particular auctioneer who is not performing or have been taken away to your money?
Honorable Chairman, I've just informed the House that, first of all, I'm not aware of the 2011 one. And then also, I've said that the regions do, they go through their processes on their own.
Director.
Yes, please.
I would have loved that Chaltamouth himself should be here. Yesterday, we invited one of the auctioneers here. And our work is also to serve as a deterrent to others. So that we invited somebody here, Alex Matt. And we're expecting that you should have come with the same auctioneer to here, so that we show that fairness, just as what happened yesterday. And you are here answering questions on his behalf. How do we take your words?
Honorable Chairman, I informed the House that Director General directed that we look for him and come with him. And the report is that he says he's in Aflao receiving treatment.
Yeah, Director, I think we must take this work serious.
Yes, please, Honorable
Seriously.
Chairman.
Yesterday, somebody was here throughout. I think to be fair,
I think
to Alex Ajay, I would have loved to see this person here. Not to just give us an excuse that he's receiving treatment somewhere. And I can bear to tell you, if you trace to know, I don't think that is true. And he's probably avoiding this committee.
Honorable Chairman, he says that I've just been informed that when they contacted him by phone, he said next week, Thursday, he will be released. He hopes to be released to come back to Accra. And
Honorable members, we'll take the words of the Director Administration, and then we'll do that. If the auctioneer says that he's coming back next week, we will reschedule and find a way of inviting him here. So, no, your substantive question. If you do a follow-up, then that will be the end.
If we will do that, who will take care of the costs?
Mr. Chairman, what dispensation did you give me? That I should ask my substantive? Okay. Mr. Chairman, my substantive question is a form of information. And the information I want to give is that from the beginning, answered my question, my substantive questions, were going to be based critically on what had been a report by the Director General to this committee. There was a response that he clearly stated that he's withdrawing almost everything that he has stated.
He has withdrawn everything.
That is that, Mr. Chairman. So the questions that we are asking, what is the locus?
The report.
The report has a reference to what he officially has stated in reference. Some of them has a reference.
This is a response to the report.
Order,
Yes.
order.
So, Mr. Chairman,
Honorable members,
allow me to
honorable
land.
members, I will allow Honorable Ajeku.
Yes.
Honorable.
Yes.
Honorable. We are working with the report of the Auditor General.
Yes.
And the responses of the Director General were based on the report of the Auditor General. So even that report or letter of the Director General is withdrawn, we still can ask questions based on the reports. And that is what we are doing.
Man, my candid opinion is that he admitted that there are so many discrepancies with the report vis-a-vis the response that he has given.
He's withdrawn that position.
So
He has withdrawn his letter, which means that you cannot take the content of that letter against him anymore.
thank you, Mr. Chairman. So by so doing, it means that whatever question that I'm going to ask, which has a reference to the report that he has given,
Ignore that one.
so that's the reason why I'm saying that if
Definitely that question you'll be asking, which are reference to the report. The report, the letter is also based on the Auditor General report, so you can make that reference. There is nothing wrong about that.
Thank you.
Yes, there's a connection. So ask your question.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My substantive question.
You have no question.
From paragraph 60.
You still have a question?
Yes, I have a question on the proceed that was paid, for which is stated. Let's look at page paragraph 54. Let's look at page 21 first. Page 21. And then we are linking it up to, yes, I'm just linking it up with another, yeah. 46, Mr. Chairman.
Paragraph 46.
Paragraph 46.
That again is page 19, paragraph 46.
Yes. And then let's look at the one on the response that was given there. Mr. Chairman, I just want to find out that the payment of proceeds, if it delays, I want to find out from the Director General, if the proceed delays and it is on the part of the auctioneer, who actually bears the interest payment that is supposed to be paid? Because that was what I was going to link it up with the response.
In this case, the auctioneer did not delay the money. They paid the money to the Ghana Health Service, and they delay in paying the money to the NTRA. So that does not hold. The issue about the shelter mark is before court. Yeah. And we are even saying that can also prevent us from our work. We will invite the auctioneer to come. But that question, I think that the best should be the Auditor General to advise us. If there's a delay in payment of the money into the non-tax revenue account, does it attract interest? And if it does, what should be the interest rates? And who pays? Is it the one who holds the money or what? I think that the Auditor General should advise us, not the witnesses to respond to that. So, AG.
Thank you, Chair. Yes, where there is a delay, there's the need to pay interest. First and foremost, I want to advise that the authority from the Office of the President, based upon which they were conducted the auction sale, categorically said that the proceeds should go into NTR account, and they give the number. And then Ghana Health Service varied that authority by issuing a letter signed by the Director General, say pay the money to us. And then they kept the money for all this while. So the applicable interest rate is the Bank of Ghana lending rate that we apply for all government monies. So we will calculate and we will surcharge accordingly.
Sure.
I don't have any follow-up question again.
You're okay. You're satisfied. Put off your mic. A follow-up question.
Director General, do you accept that you did not carry out the disposal of government vehicles in a fair, transparent, and competitive manner?
No, Honorable. I won't allow that because he has withdrawn the letter, which means that he now accepts. He has withdrawn the letter that he wrote that he is giving a rebuttal to that assertion. He has withdrawn that letter, which means that he's now agreeing with what the Auditor General said.
No, it's overruled. It's overruled.
Honorable members, I'm coming to the leadership. But let me take Dr. Park.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And my question is drawn from the demonstrated fact that the auctions were not properly conducted. And this is based on the timing of the advertisements, which then prevented many Ghanaian citizens from actively participating. And we all know that the more people participate in an auction, the higher the chances of earning more money for government. Mr. Chairman, I have in my hand a document from one of the auctioneers, Jonak Matt. And clearly, I submit that by virtue of the limited advertisement or lack thereof, the state has lost colossal amounts of money. I see here with me under Greater Accra an Isuzu Trooper GW1354U being sold for 2,640 Ghana cedis. And by law, the notice must be 21 days. Mr. Chairman, God being so good, the beneficiary of the said vehicle has indicated an address, Ghana Health Services, Private Mail Bag, Ministries, Accra. GHS.
And they sold it for...
And to pay peanuts.
Honorable Apak, I think that the Director General said earlier on that the staff of Ghana Health Service participated as Ghanaians, not as staff.
And then they sold it for...
Participated as Ghanaians, not as staff.
Put the figure.
So,
Mr. Chairman, with all due respect,
so I agree with you that the publication or the adverts was limited because the advert was done on 13th and 15th, and then the auction took place on 15th. So it's possible that the staff of Ghana Health Service might have a foreknowledge of the auction and might have prepared for it. Not many Ghanaians would have participated in it because of the limited time. I agree with you that. But for the fact that the person is a staff of Ghana Health Service, he is participating as a citizen, as said earlier on by the by the Director General. So I will not allow that question. Let me come back to Koshiga, then I come to Hadi.
Thank you, Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I must state that it's refreshing.
Order.
It's refreshing for the Director General to have withdrawn his letter, which obviously attempted denting the image of the Auditor General. In that vein, Mr. Chairman, will it be appropriate, sir, that you apologize to the Auditor General for having a wrong impression about their work, but now realizing that they actually did a good job, and probably you acted in haste because you're in a hurry?
Order. No, why? Well, the practice in Parliament is that when you withdraw a statement, you apologize. But the person involved here is not a member of Parliament, so I won't apply that practice.
Yeah.
So it's okay. Honorable Hadi.
Much. Director General, this time the item sold, one of the vehicles sold by the same Jonak Map, not to the staff, but to member of the general public, at 350, Mitsubishi ambulance. 350 Ghana cedis, Mitsubishi ambulance.
Ghana cedis.
350 Ghana cedis, Mitsubishi ambulance.
Maybe you'll find out, were there tires under the ambulance?
Yeah.
Were there 4 tires under the ambulance or 6 tires?
Mr. Chairman, I haven't finished. Chairman, I haven't finished. Director General, in fact, I also want to put it on record that but for the audit that was conducted by the Auditor General, Shaltamat, who conducted the auction and realized 44,125 Ghana cedis, wouldn't have paid even a penny. After the audit, he made a first payment of 2,000, followed up with 250, and then 2,000 later. So in all, as we stand now, he has paid 9,500, leaving a balance of over 34,000, and he has not paid since. The first letter to him, which compelled him to pay the first payment, was 8 months after the auction. After the audit, 8 months, then you save him the reminder to pay. So if you didn't have the audit, the money would have gone down the drain. I don't know what response you give to this.
Honorable Chair, I can't answer for Sheltermat. What we have done is that we have reported the case to the law enforcement agency, and I cannot say he will pay or he will not pay. I have the belief in the law enforcement agencies, and I think the matter is... So when he comes, maybe if he's invited here, then he may be able to tell us whether he was going to pay the money or not, because that's the only thing we can do. We cannot go ahead and then arrest him.
Well, if we're able to invite the auctioneer, we will get those responses from him.
Chairman, in the interest of the general public, Director General, you read a letter from the Chief of Staff, a portion that says if an employee, that a vehicle could be sold to an employee. That letter, I don't think it's fair if you read just that portion. Read the other ones, either number 8 or number 9, because it looks to me that you are selectively picking some of the points of that letter, working on it, and other parts leaving it. Either number 8 or number 9, if you could read that one. It says something about proceeds.
Honorable Chair, so that he is to effect change of ownership.
No.
That's 8.
No, before that. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so it's 7. Proceeds accrued from the auction sales should be paid into non-tax revenue account number so and so.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Because you only stopped at that part. Ghana Health Service only stopped at that part that says you could sell to employees. But the part that you just read that says all proceeds should be paid into the NTRA account. That one, I don't think you guys read it. That's why you kept the money for such a long time.
Honorable Chair, Ghana Health Service read the whole letter. Ghana Health Service, for one reason or the other, delayed in the payment of the proceeds into the non-tax revenue account. And that's the reason why Ghana Health Service is sitting in the hot seat. And that's the reason why Ghana Health Service is pleading for mitigation. So we read the whole letter, and for one reason or other, something happened.
Thank you, Chairman. I would like to know what punitive actions you have taken against Sheltermat. Because you can't, apart from reporting, no, wait a minute, apart from reporting to the police, you can probably blacklist him. Have you done anything that is punitive after all these years of taking your money and not paying? Thank you.
Honorable Chair, I think the punitive measure that we've taken is to report to the police. And from my report that they are giving me, since that time, he hasn't taken part in any auction of Ghana Health Service. So he has been blacklisted.
Thank you very much. Vice Chairman.
Chairman, they should subsequently attach pictures so that because of the prices that are being mentioned for the purchase of some of these vehicles, it will be helpful for this committee.
The vehicles are not there for Dr. Daniel to take pictures.
No, so subsequently, whichever agency is carrying out these auctions should be able to take pictures of the vehicles so that when the Auditor General comes, he can ascertain the true state of those vehicles as against the valuation or the reserved prices that have been put.
Honorable member, a board of survey is constituted to evaluate or give valuation. Then the state valuer comes in, also value the vehicles. That should be sufficient. We have state bodies, institutions that are...
Hi there. Thank you so much for staying on the Joy News channel. We had to break in transmission because it's time for the marketplace. Emmanuel Abuajeriafe will be taking you through the major business headlines for today and then take you back to Parliament for the Public Accounts Committee sitting. My name is Bernice Abubedu. Thank you for your company.